Fear the donkey when you're not hugging it. Avis, we try harder. All hail Avis. Don't worry, Prax. You're about ready to stream your jeans. I can't afford having kids right now. Yeah, tell the kids that you just need to take a break real quick, just for a few weeks. All right. Get your bananas ready. I have no idea how this is going to go. Let's give it a shot. It's been such a long road getting from there to here. It's been a long time, but my time is finally here, and I will see my dreams come alive at night. I will touch the sky, and they're not gonna hold me down no more. No, they're not gonna change my mind, 'cause I've got faith of the heart. I'm going where my heart will take me. I've got faith to believe I can do anything. I've got strength of the soul. No one's gonna bend or break me. I can reach any star. I've got faith. Faith of the heart. Avis, we try harder. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me just figure out how to take this custom overlay off, and I would love to say, hey, gang, welcome to Talking the Orville on Egotastic FunTime, the live stream. There's no new episode of Orville tonight, so there's not going to be any send-offs. There's not going to be any, hey, go watch the Orville, unless they have a rerun. Now, if they have a rerun, go watch it, because that counts as ratings. So leave this stream and get your booty over there and watch some Orville. But otherwise, we're just going to hang out. We're going to hopefully have a good time. I'm going to read off your comments and answer them, and hopefully we're going to get a good conversation going. First thing I want to know is, what did you guys think of last week's episode, KRILL? Now I'm just going to sit here and wait, because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to see what you're saying. So first off, let me say some hellos. We got Vinny. We got 6CA73. We're going to need to talk about that name right there. I want to know all about that stuff. Triblo, what's up? OG. Triblo's been here since way before the Orville was even existed. Or Triblo's been watching Egotastic FunTime. I don't know why, but it's been great having you, especially during the game streams. I don't know if I said hi to Vinny, but there's Vinny. Captain Jesse 1. Prax. I'm sorry about the kids. You know, the kids are expensive. And then I can only see certain, you know, I can't see everybody who's here at once, but socially impaired, what's going on? All right, Prax is already talking about Enterprise. Wasn't this used in Enterprise? Full disclosure, I thought Enterprise would be cool because of Scott Bakula. Yes, but it made me want to take a quantum leap off a bridge. Well, yes, we love Scott Bakula. Scott Bakula is theoretically supposed to be do a cameo this season on the Orville, along with Patrick Stewart. Well, let me get some music going, you guys. Sexy time. All right. Get it going. Yeah, Scott Bakula is supposed to make an appearance. I don't know when or where. I've been searching all the IMDb episodes of who's in the episodes coming up. Of course, no mention of Scott Bakula or Patrick Stewart as of yet, but of course, that's something that they would wait to put up online because they don't want people, you know, saying, oh, it's this episode, that episode. They're the ones that want to announce it. Like, I don't believe they put Liam Neeson in the credits for if the star should appear until the episode aired. And even if you look for his name, it's way at the bottom, hidden in there. But I have seen a little bit of a few nuggets in the cast list coming up. I know we have in the next episode, which is God, I'm already forgetting what the name of that episode is. The next, is it coming? Do you guys know if we're getting an episode next week, or is it a 2-week delay? Because that would suck. Yeah, KRILL was a great episode. I got some pictures from the episode that we're going to look at. Also, we're going to play a Klingon game in a little bit for you guys to check out. All right, let me go look at. All right, the next episode is called Majority Rule. Next week is the next. Okay, good, because I can't wait 2 weeks. I swear, half a month would be way too long to get to the next episode. All right, so I got the cast list here. There is this guy here, Stephen Culp, for the next week's episode, which I haven't even seen the trailer for yet. I wanted to wait. We might check it out on. We might watch the trailer together here, so you guys can see me see it for the first time, and you guys can see it for the first time. If anybody was here last week, I did play a trailer for one of the episodes. I didn't rewatch the stream because I can't stand seeing myself live. I have issues with that. No, I don't have issues. It's just I don't like looking at myself. But was the video smooth at all if we watched it? World Series. Damn it, Mr. Pete. The World Series. No, is the World Series today? No, that can't. I don't know much about sports ball, but I would usually know if the World Series was on. Yeah, Josiah, man. I hate hearing my voice as well. And surprisingly enough, there's a lot of people that watch my show that hate hearing my voice because they tell me how much they hate hearing my voice when they comment. Luckily, most people aren't like that, but there are a few. Next week's episode is Majority Rule. Kelly leads the team to find 2 missing Union anthropologists on a planet similar to Earth. Now, I do know that planet is supposed to be like 20th century, very similar to 20th century Earth. So it's kind of like that episode of Voyager where they went to an Earth that was very similar to Saved by the Bell in the 90s. Oh, the Orville ratings are actually, I have a story about that. There's actually some updates on the ratings, and it's very good news. Let's see. I have it right here. I'll pop it up on the screen here in a second. Okay, and I'll be doing an episode about this coming soon, but I hate doing episodes about numbers too much because it's just not as fun as just talking about what happened in an episode. So I'm going to start throwing out little tidbits of news during regular episodes of the show. Okay, now I just got to figure out how to share. I got so many screens up, you guys. I was telling you last week I had a lot of screens. Well, I didn't figure out a better way of doing that. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we got the Orville, and then Once Upon a Time, some other shows double in week 2 broadcast live, +7 ratings. +7 means 7 days of online views. So the Orville, if I can get this webpage to work, it's not scrolling. Come on, page. Okay, well, we can't. Anyway, the Orville actually doubled its views. So I guess it had like a little less than a point, a little bit less than 1 point, whatever that 1 point means. Now it's well over 2 points. I think it had an increase of 133%. So yeah, this web page is just not working very good. So we're not able to see it. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'll do an episode about it because I'm pretty soon. But yeah, so things are looking good as far as ratings go. Also, I read another story. Seth MacFarlane at Comic-Con, he did a Skype interview with you know, an event that was all about the Orville. The fans were packed in, which I guess was a surprise because it was early on. It was just a few episodes in, and they didn't realize there was going to be such a huge, you know, fanatical base, which, as you all know, you're part of. I'm part of it. Hopefully, I'm pushing people more towards watching the show in my own little way. But he did a Skype interview where he said he's confident that they're going to get a second season. Of course, he didn't have any more information than that, but I do hope that that second season involves more than 13 episodes. Assuming that all, you know, if they do more than 13 episodes, as long as every episode's well written, fine. Don't try to stretch it out and have some crappy episodes for the sake of just having more episodes. All right, let's get to what you guys are saying. Prax, your voice is YouTube-erific. Thank you. I think I sound at least as annoying as PewDiePie, and PewDiePie's got 57 million subscribers. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure that I would think that Steve Bowden, I would think that they were doing a repeat. I don't know which episode, but yeah, that would make sense that they would do the pilot episode because they want to get people, you know, started in the story. Now, one thing that's great about the Orville is it, you know, as we all know, we compare it to Star Trek because it is living up to Gene Roddenberry's vision far more than Star Trek is doing. And I'm actually going to do an episode about that, I think, next week, comparing the difference between Discovery and the Orville as far as living up to Gene Roddenberry's vision. Because there's tons of people that love Star Trek Discovery, and that's fine. That's fine. Like it. Like what you like. Why not? Life's too short to not like what you like. Some people think life's too short to not complain about what other people like. But, you know, anyway, I was talking about some. I go off on tangents, you guys. I'm sorry. I start talking, I go into something else. Oh, yeah, you know what? I think years ago I'd been like, Will Wheaton cameo. No way. But nowadays I'm kind of into Will Wheaton now, Prax. I'm actually listening to Armada on Audible, which is not a sequel, but it's a follow-up book from the author of Ready Player One. And both of those books are read by Will Wheaton, and I can't imagine a better person to read those books. As Prax says, has himself frozen for 400 years. Oh my God. See, I'm of the conclusion that is that even English? I feel that Will Wheaton exists in the Orville universe. I feel our entire world, I feel the Star Trek series exists in the Orville universe as Star Trek, a television series, and that they probably, you know, as technology improved and it became more and more like, you know, they improved society through technology and through thinking more betterer, that they probably modeled a lot of their society after Star Trek because that, you know, because we do it now, you know, cell phones and things like that. We model after Star Trek. So I wouldn't doubt that the Orville universe modeled itself out of Star Trek, literally, the television show. Steve Bowden is enjoying Star Trek Discovery. Feel free to tell me. I haven't jumped that deep into Star Trek Discovery yet because I'm trying to make this show. I'm trying to, you know, go to work every day. So I haven't had time to jump into Discovery. So Steve Bowden, feel free to tell us what you like about it. This is a non-judgment zone. Though if someone disagrees with you, I'm sure they're going to let you know. Yeah, Jeanette Lamb, I hear that Star Trek Discovery is getting better as well. But I also, at the same time, hear that it's horrible at the same time. And then the very next comment will be say it's pretty good. It's great. So, you know, people have their biases. I do know that no matter how much someone likes Star Trek Discovery, if they're a true Trekkie or Trekker or Orvilleite, even at this point. As much as they love the show, they probably hate the Klingons, which I have a fun Klingon game that I put together for us to try out, a little bit later. I'm not going to go as long tonight as I did last week. That was 3.5 hours. I was hoping to be able to fill 2 hours last week, but you guys were, so awesome, just, with all your comments and stuff. And so the conversation kept rolling and time just passed. So I'm going to try for 9 p.m. as a stopping time tonight. So, but we'll see. If we're having fun, we're having fun. All right. So much info is coming in from you guys. Okay. Let me try to get caught up. Yes, Jeanette Lamb, we all have different tastes. The Orville is more my taste. It's more my taste as well. Very much, because it's the Star Trek flavor. Yet, I love making comparisons to Star Trek and the Orville. Of course, I also don't like it because the Orville, I really feel, is its own thing. It's really starting its own universe. And why can't that universe be based, have a Star Trek flavor? If it were flavor at all, which it is. It's my Star Trek flavor. It's cellular peptide. It's my favorite flavor. Steve Bone also, why hate it because Star Trek Discovery is different? Why have all the series the same? Yeah, I get your points, Steve Bowden. And by the way, or maybe Bowden. Maybe it's Bowden. Maybe it's Bowden. I'm sorry if I'm not getting it right. But yeah, it is a very different flavor. It's more of that darker J.J. Abrams, even though I would say the J.J. Abrams movies are a lot more fun than Discovery seems to be. I mean, I had a lot of fun with the J.J. movies, even though it's like, I consider J.J. Abrams movies a reboot in the respect that you have to pretend none of the 80s, 90s Star Treks ever existed. If there was only that 3-season show back in the 60s, and 30 some years later they decided to make a movie, out of from that series, that's what the JJ movies are to me. So I'm like, okay, I'll just pretend 90s Trek doesn't exist, because 90s Trek is very different than the original series. Christian Harris, it's a rerun tonight. There's what I want to do with this live stream is every Thursday broadcast when the Orville's airing, and then as people are going off to watch it, say goodbye, thanks for being a supporter of the Orville, things like that, and everybody claps and kisses them and all that stuff. But I was thinking, hey, there's no episode tonight. I might as well we still want to talk about the Orville. We're missing it, so we might as well go live and talk about it. JJ Star Trek, pew pew. Yeah, it is pew pew. It is very pew pew. But man, what's that actor's name? Carl Urban as Bones. God, I love him. He's so great. I'm so glad they actually gave him more to do in Star Trek Beyond, because Star Trek was supposed to be, the original series was supposed to be Kirk, Bones, and Spock, and it was. And then then they did 2009. Like, no, we got to get rid of Bones because we have to have a girl in there. But hey, I'm all for that, but you can't get rid of Bones. I'm sorry. Nice, Josiah. That's one way to get me to see you. Josiah Matthews, did you have problems with Fox blocking your videos of the Orville? Yeah, I have some problems. I saw Angry Joe had a problem, and Seth MacFarlane said he raised the issue to the higher-ups. Yes, initially, the first time I had a problem was with my Jonathan Frakes episode. Frakes, not Franks. A lot of people say, hey, you said Franks. I didn't. I have an accent that comes out sometimes. I use my acting training to hide it, the signs that comes out when I talk too fast. Yeah, I had a problem with that episode because I played some clips from an episode. Man, was it that episode? Yeah, it was that episode. I played some clips from episode 2 of the Orville, and I thought I did all the fair use stuff where I shrunk it down. I only played a small amount of it, and I had a frame around it and all that stuff, because I know how fair use works, and I agree with a lot of that fair use stuff. But I think I made the image too big, and I think I ran it for about 2 seconds too long. So it got flagged, and so I went ahead and re-edited it, took the 2 seconds off, made the image a little bit smaller, which actually I thought was better anyway. And then it was cleared. That was one problem. Another problem I had, and that was filed by Fox against me, or the Fox robots. The other problem I have is the episode that I was talking about the ratings of the Orville. And they said, you know, where I was just talking about, oh, the ratings dropped. Is there, you know, is it going to be canceled? This, and that. That one got flagged for violating some YouTube thing. And it's hard to know what. Maybe I made a sexual joke, but I always try to use innuendo in those cases, because I've been doing YouTube for so long. I know that the robots don't care about context. And I'm actually doing an episode about this. Should be out, I think, maybe tomorrow or Saturday, telling you all about this. But they flagged it. I got a strike, a full YouTube strike, which is bad. And they don't tell you exactly what you did wrong. They just give you a list of every single rule and violation they have. And they said you violated one of those things. I didn't even go back and watch it because it could be anything or nothing. And so I appealed it. I said, no, because one thing that happens is when you get a strike, the first thing they do is they take away your streaming privileges, which means we wouldn't even be able to do this right now. So I got the strike, but I appealed it. I said, no, I take my channel very seriously. I take the fans very seriously, and I'm getting fans. And so I owe it to you guys to try to fight it. And I told them, tell me exactly what I did wrong in my Orville episode that violates your rules, so that I can, not repeat that infraction in the future, because I want to build a relationship with YouTube, because that's a thing that we do in this day and age. And of course I didn't get a response, but 2 days later, my video was returned to me. It was back up on YouTube. My strike was taken away, which